Good day everyone. Welcome back to Science 9. In this video, we are going to discuss another extension of non-Mendelian inheritance. It's all about sex-related inheritance, which includes sex determination, sex-linked traits, sex-limited traits, and sex-influence traits. Let us start with sex chromosomes. Pag sinabing sex, we are referring to, in Tagalog, kasarian. We have only two. It's either babae or lalaki. Now, we humans, we have 46 chromosomes all in all. Review natin nung grade 8 kayo. In every cell in our body, it contains 46 chromosomes. These chromosomes, they pair. So, pag nagpe-pair sila, there are all 23 pairs. Of these 23 pairs, 22 ang considered as somatic chromosomes. Pag sinabing somatic, body cells. And one pair is considered as the sex chromosomes. Now, for humans, we use the XY chromosomes. So, for female, we have XX. For male, we have XY. Take note, we are using the word sex here. Pag sinabi kasing sex, we are referring to female or male. Pag sinabing gender, we can refer to more than two. Pag gender, it's more of the role. Pwedeng role ng lalaki, role ng babae, or pwedeng lalaki siya pero ang role niya babae, and so on. So in this video, we will be using the correct term, which is sex. Pag sinabing sex, we are referring to the male or female, kasarian. Now, how do we determine the sex? So first, sinabi ko kanina, ang sex chromosomes ng male, the genotype is XY. For female, it is XX. So using a Punnett square, let us determine what is the chance for a male or a female child to happen. So if we have a male here, that is the symbol. Female, that's the symbol for female. So put now your Punnett square. For male, we have X and Y. For female, we have X, X. Let us cross. You have now XX, XY, XX, another XY. So how many percent yung nakikita nyo sa Punnett square na magkakaroon ng anak na babae? Yes, it is 50% kasi dalawa yung XX. Dalawa rin yung XY. So, the genotypic ratio is actually 50% female, 50% male. In this figure, you can see XY spermatozoa from the father and XX ova from the mother. Anong ibig sabihin yan? For a mother, lahat yung X niya, it contains X chromosome. Sa father, there are two types of spermatozoa. One contains X. Meron naman yung isa which contains Y. So there are two types of sperm. We have X sperm and the Y sperm. As you can see, if the X sperm combines with the X ova of the mother, it results to a female. If Y sperm combines with X ova of the mother, it results to male. So ilang percent again? 50%. Next is the sex-linked genes. Bakit sinabing sex-linked genes? Kasi yung trait na yon, nakalink siya sa may sex chromosome. Sex-linked genes. If the trait is found in the X chromosome, it's called X-linked genes. If it is found on the Y chromosome, it's called the Y-linked genes. Examples of this, we have color blindness, hemophilia, HPA or hypertrichosis pinnae auris, and feather characteristics in birds. Marami pang iba. but at least we can discuss this for examples. Another example of sex-linked genes ay ang color blindness. X-linked siya. So kung may color blind ka, since it starts with C, if you have XC, then you will have a chance to get this one. So ano ba yung color blindness? They people with color blindness, they cannot see colors in a normal way. Nahihirapan silang mag-distinguish ng colors na green at saka red. So a sample is given here. Pag hindi nyo nakikita yung number 74, you are color blind. But if you can see 74 from that figure, it means hindi ka color blind. So let's look at the genotype. So for females, magkakaroon lang ng colorblind female if both of them have XC, XC. But for males, once na may C yung X nila, colorblind na agad. So isang example ng sex-linked trait ay ang hemophilia. Remember this? This is actually an disorder in the blood. Kung nasusugatan ka, lalabas ang dugo, eventually, the blood will stop coming out. Tama? Because we have blood clotting proteins in our blood. Yung mga may hemophilia, wala sila nun. So what happens whenever they have a cut, tuloy-tuloy yung daloy ng dugo, it can cause weakness and then later on, death. This is also called as the royal disease kasi yung mga may royal blood doon sa may Great Britain noon ang nagkaroon ng ganitong klaseng sakit. That's why they have to take care of their offsprings. Lalo na yung king, hindi basta-basta pwedeng pupunta yan sa war. Once na masugatan yan, wala na. Very high risk yan. Now, look at the genotypes. For normal female, you have XX. Yung XXH dito, meron siyang small h, it's actually a carrier. Meaning, normal pa rin siya, pero carrier siya. Now, magkakaroon lang ng female hemophiliac if nagkaroon siya ng parehong H sa kanyang chromosomes. So, you have XH, XH. Now, tignan natin naman yung genotype for males. X and Y, normal yan. Pero, kung magkaroon ng H yung kanyang X, hemophiliac na siya. Napansin nyo? Dahil iisang X lang ang male, at pag nakuha niya yung H na yun, hemophiliac na siya agad-agad. For the female, we still have a chance. Kung isa lang yung H namin, normal pa rin. Pero once na magkaroon ng dalawa, that's the time na magiging hemophiliac. So mapapansin nyo dito, it's like, sabihin ninyo na bias, pero true. Mostly ang nagkakaroon nito ay ang mga lalaki. Why? Because they have only one X. Now, how about for pedigree? Go to your module on page 15. What I can do. Meron kayong activity nito wherein you're going to do a pedigree. Now, for an introduction, a pedigree is just like a family tree. But instead of using their pictures, we're going to use shapes. So, we're going to use square for male, circle for females. Ngayon, kung yung lalaki o yung babaeng nagkaroon ng sakit, you are going to shade. And if the female and male are couples, you're going to draw line connecting them. Ibig sabihin, that's a marriage line. And then the vertical line, yung mga pababa na linya, that means the offspring line. Yan yung yung mga anak nila. Okay? So I repeat, for males, we're going to use square. Females, you use circle. If whoever have that kind of disease, you are going to shade the shape. Horizontal line connecting the two means the marriage line. The vertical line from the center, this refers to the offspring line. So as you can see, you have the first generation, second generation, and third generation. Let's see how are we going to apply this. Page 16 of your module, it says there you're going to use a separate answer sheet. Short bond paper will do. So, walang space dyan sa module, pakilagay sa bond paper. So, it says here, Queen Victoria and her husband, Prince Albert. So, remember, itong hemophilia, it's known as the royal disease because it suddenly cropped up in some of the descendants of Queen Victoria's offspring. So we have Queen Victoria. You are going to use, yes, circle. And then si Prince Albert, male siya. So you're going to use square. Pakisulat din yung pangalan nila sa baba. So you have Queen Victoria, Prince Albert. Since they are couple, kasi husband yung sinabi doon, you connect line connecting those two shapes. And then, do not forget also to include their genotypes. So let us go back to the table. So si Prince Albert, normal siya, normal male. So we simply use XY. Walang nakalink na sakit sa kanyang chromosome. So yung sakit na yun nanggaling kay Queen Victoria na pinasa niya sa kanyang descendants. Tama? So, for a carrier, so si Queen Victoria, wala siyang hemophilia, pero carrier siya. So, ang kanyang genotype will be XXH. So, isulat dyan, XXH. So, since carrier siya, pero wala siya namang hemophilia, you are going to shade it half, meaning hindi siya totally. Ibig sabihin yan, carrier lang. Okay, let's continue. They had 9 children. So from there, you're going to draw a vertical line pababa and then magdagdag kayo ng 9 na vertical which represents their children. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Nakalagay na din dyan kung sino yung mga boys, sino yung mga girls. Please also include their names. So, I started it. Itutuloy ninyo. Gawin nyo ito sa short band paper. Another example ng sex-linked genes ay ang HPA or hypertrichosis pinnae auris, or it is known as the hairy ears. Looks familiar? Meron ba ito sa Lord of the Rings? Yung may hair yung sa tainga? I'm not sure. But anyway, look. Sa babae, wala naman tayong Y. XX lang yung chromosome natin. This is a Y link. So, napapasa lang sa mga boys. Sorry sa boys ulit. Another example of sex-linked genes is the characteristics of feathers in birds. As you can see in the picture, if it is, there are two kinds of characteristics. Barred feather at saka yung non-barred feather. Barred feather looks like alternating of darker and lighter colors of feathers in birds. Yung non-barred naman, yun yung pure na gray or black. Now for humans, we use the XY system. Now for birds, iba naman sa kanila. ZW ang ginagamit. So for genotypes, for female, ZW. For male, it is ZZ. So these are the complete table for genotypes and phenotypes. Ang sinabi dyan sa gagawin ninyo, you are going to draw a Punnett square showing the results of a cross between barred female and non-barred male. So, barred female, non-barred male. So, ang symbol ng male, that's the symbol of female. Go back to the table. Ano yung itsura, ano yung genotype ng non-barred male or black? Okay, it is ZB, ZB. For female, barred female, Z, big B, and W. So, iyan ang ilalagay dyan. And then, gawa na kayo ng Punnett square. So from this Punnett square, you are again you will put the symbols para alam ninyo kung saan ninyo isusulat yung genotypes ng male at saka female. So for the male, you have Z small b, Z small b. For the female, you have C big B and big W. So I already started it. Continue. Ganyan yung itsura niya. Once you get the correct crosses of the offspring, you can now easily answer number 2 hanggang number 4. So next is the sex-limited traits from the word limited. It is only expressed in one sex but not to the other one. By the way, they are called autosomal genes. Hindi naka-attach yan sa kaniyang, hindi naka-link yan sa sex chromosome. So take note ha, pag sinabing link, naka-attach yan. Pag autosomal, hindi siya naka-attach. So there is zero penetrance to the other sex. Ibig sabihin, meron man yung trait na yon sa genotype, pero hindi siya na-express sa phenotype. Example, expression of lactation in cattle. Yung trait na lactation, it's represented by big L. So, kung may big L yan, lactating siya. Big L, small L, lactating pa rin. Pag small L, that's the time na hindi siya lactating. Now, look at the genotypes for males. Meron silang big L. Pero, hindi pa rin sila lactating. Nakikita na ba kayo ng lalaki na nagpapasuso, lalaking cattle na nagpapasuso? Hindi. So, expression of lactation is a sex-limited trait. It only shown in females. Not only in cattle, pati rin sa tao, and even other mammals like pig, dogs, cats, and other animals. Yung babae lang yung nagpapasuso. Though meron yung mga lalaki yung ganoon na trait, hindi na-express sa kanila. Kasi nga, sex-limited trait. It's only shown in one sex. Another example, in humans, you have the beard growth. O, sino yung nagkakaroon lang ng beard? Okay, it's only expressed in males. Another, colorful plumage in birds. Very colorful yung itsura nila. Saan na-express yan? Anong sex ng mga birds yung very colorful? It's the male. It's only expressed in male. Maybe because it has something to do with their para makakuha ng partner and reproduce. Attraction, para makakuha sila ng, ma-attract sila by the females. Another is the sex influence trait. Again, the term here is influence. Just like sex-limited, they are autosomal genes, hindi nakalink sa X or Y. They are expressed more in one over the other sex. Ibig sabihin, na-express yung trait sa both in male and female, pero mas na-express sa isang sex. It has higher penetrance in one over the other sex. Example, pattern baldness in humans. You know what is baldness? In Tagalog, pagka-panot. O if you have that characteristic in your family, namamana yan. It is considered as sex influence trait. So, tignan niyo sa picture. Yung male, as in na hanggang mawala, di ba? Halos 90% or 80% nawala yung hair. Sa female, parang it's more of 40 to 50%. So, saan na-express yung pagkapanot or baldness trait? It is expressed more in males than in females. And siguro kasi rin sa mga girls, we can have longer hair, so pwedeng i-cover siya. Sa mga boys, usually you have shorter, so very obvious. So take note, if you have this trait, pwedeng ipasa ito to your offspring, or if you have that from your parents, pwede rin na magkaroon kayo nito. You are still young to have this. Usually, nakikita na itong trait na ito as you age or as you grow older. Number two example of sex influence, meaning male and female can have the trait, pero na-express siya more sa isang uh, sex. So, beards in goats. Beard. Nung Tagalog ng beard, basta balbas. Oo. Nakakita na kayo ng goat na may balbas. Usually, anong sex ng goat na yon, yung may balbas? Bigote. Bigote. Sorry. It's actually the males. So, iilan lang sa female, but it's more on the males. Okay. The third example of sex influence trait, yung horns in sheep. Nakakita na kayo ng sheep? Pag walang horn yan, it's actually a female. Pag meron siyang horn, it is a male. So it is expressed more on males. Okay, so I think you have learned something from here. See you in the next video.